Hello, welcome back with me, Admiral, on Star Trek Fleet Command. So, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, to be how useful you can be towards an alliance, today's episode is going to be I personally think, how players should approach their alliances, whether if they want to take a break from the game, if they want to leave the game, if they want to, whatever they want to do. If they're not going to be active anymore, then this is, I personally think, should be the best approach and should be adopted by everybody or anybody who is considering this for future purposes. So if, for example, if you're going to be going on a break from the game, say more than like 2 weeks, then I'd say 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, 2 weeks is not that long, not really. So if someone isn't active for 2 weeks, you can start questioning them after 2 weeks, because then you're like, are they active? Are they not active? You know, what's sort of going on? So I'd give them at least 2 weeks. But my personal preference, what they should do is, if you are going to go inactive for a minimum, like for more than 2 weeks, tell your alliance that you are going to go inactive so that they can take you out of the alliance. Because there's nothing worse than you being in an alliance and you're trying to do events, for example, like the ones we spoke about yesterday, the faction hunt and the rule acquisition. There's nothing worse than you being in there, but you're not completing these for your alliance. So you're not accumulating points for your alliance. Therefore, potentially, if you're not one of the top alliances who pays for everything, you're then not accumulating, and then that potentially could affect where your alliance finishes on the leaderboard. So what I would say to you is, speak to your alliance admiral, commodores, whoever they are, whoever's in charge. Speak to them. Go to a system that's really far away, like level 1, 2, 3 system, probably below a level 5 system, and just transport your base there, out of the way, out of sight, and keep it there until you become active again, because you never know, you might become active again. So just move it out the way, get it away from your alliance that you were with, tell your alliance leader, and then leave the alliance and then move away. Then become inactive, do what you need to do. If you're going to leave the game, then you leave the game, so then it doesn't matter because you're then out of the game. But it just makes it easier for all admirals. Like, for example, I'm an admiral of this alliance. My alliance is called KDR. So if you do want to join my alliance, it's on EU 159. Please do hit me up in the comments. Please do ask if you want to join and stuff. Then I'll gladly accept anyone. As long as, obviously, you're an active-ish player. Could be free to play, pay to win. Doesn't really matter. As long as you're an active community player. That's all that we ask for. But yeah, so there's nothing worse for admirals like myself who get players who join the alliance, leave a month later, don't tell you that they've left, and then you're stuck trying to question, write to them saying, are you still active? And then trying to monitor whether they're still active or not. This is something that I feel like Scopely need to address. They need to add an ability so that the admirals in the game, I'm not asking for you to add something really hard or really in sort of monitoring sort of thing, but you need to add an ability so when you click on alliance and go to, for example, your alliance screen like that, then you can see when they were last active, how many hours it was, how many days, weeks, whatever it was, so that if it becomes so excessive, so they haven't been active for weeks and weeks on end, you can go, right, well, they're clearly not playing anymore, so you can just kick them from your alliance, so you can get them more active players and they're not taking up a slot in your alliance leaderboard, so that you can fill up with someone else who will fill it up. That's my thought on it. That's how I personally think you should approach it. Anything more than 2 weeks, tell your leader that you're going to be leaving, and then leave the alliance. If it's less than 2 weeks, then don't worry about it so much, I don't think. Because if you are going to come back in them 2 weeks, then it's only 2 weeks. That's not actually that long of a period of time. So it's one of them. Don't worry about it so much. But please let me know your thoughts on this. I personally think that's what should happen, and Scopely I personally think need to add that to the game so that the Admirals have a little bit more control whether to kick or not to kick players depending on their activity towards the game. So yeah, please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below, or alternatively you can head over to the Discord, which is also down below. It's just me on the Discord, so please join me. I am lonely. But yeah, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell notification to get new videos when they come out, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.